digit. Anything you want.
IOTA price prediction 2018, this little-known cryptocurrency could record 4-digit returns. With so much political strife sweeping the nation, it's nice to know that sensible people can agree on one thing: buzzwords are the worst. Augmented reality, virtual reality, neural nets, machine learning, deep learning, big data, there are simply too many to count. But at Profit Confidential, we don't ignore these cliches. We dig beneath them. Why, you ask? Because we know that buzzwords are distillations of complex ideas. Ideas that can make us smarter investors. With that in mind, this report explores two of 2017's trendiest buzzwords: cryptocurrencies and the Internet of Things, and an investment opportunity where they overlap. This investment opportunity is called the IOTA cryptocurrency. IOTA prices. How is IOTA different from other cryptocurrencies? IOTA is the 11th biggest cryptocurrency by market cap. And, at first glance, it looks no different from other cryptocurrencies. You can buy it using US dollars, Bitcoin, or Ethereum. Some of the technology is the same as Bitcoin's, and its ultimate goal is to decentralize data flows. That said, there are some major differences. For instance, IOTA doesn't operate on a blockchain. More buzzwords. It uses a revolutionary new ledger that is supposedly an upgrade to blockchain architecture. But before we get to what this means for the IOTA token, and for our IOTA price prediction for 2018, it might help to explain some of these terms. Most cryptocurrencies operate on a blockchain. According to the trade publication CoinDesk, blockchain technology represents an innovation in information registration and distribution that eliminates the need for a trusted party to facilitate digital relationships. You can read their full explanation here. I highly recommend it. It says, in so many words, that blockchain disrupts power. It does this by changing how information is routed, from the old-fashioned World Wide Web method of sending information through a channel that can be monitored, controlled, and manipulated, to something brand new. A system where no party has absolute power. In this decentralized system, every computer on the network carries a master copy of the information. This means that any transfer of information is logged across the whole network, removing the opportunity to hack, doctor, or abuse the data in any way. Banks were the first target of blockchain, because they sit in the middle of every transaction, taking a few cents from every dollar that passes through them. They have immense power, in other words, which is why blockchain removes them from the equation. Most experts say blockchain technology was a bigger invention than Bitcoin. However, the folks at IOTA think there's a big problem with blockchain. IOTA claims to have improved on blockchain technology. IOTA claims that blockchain is fundamentally unscalable. Recent problems with Bitcoin's transaction speed and cost aren't exactly disproving that assertion, and since Ethereum is starting to run into similar issues, it's not a stretch to imagine that blockchain can be improved upon. IOTA thinks it can solve this problem with its Tangle ledger. It would take a few more pages and several PhDs to explain how Tangle works. But the important takeaway is that Tangle is scalable, lightweight, and able to transfer value without fees. More to the point, IOTA wants to apply this Tangle ledger to the Internet of Things, driverless cars, smart home technology, remote surveillance systems. Internet of Things is an immensely big market that deals with enormous data transfers. With most of this data traveling on the web, there are security questions that need answering. For instance, there is a security camera that you can install on your porch and access through your smartphone. This is extremely useful for people that travel a lot, because they can check for intruders even when they are 1,000 miles away. But that data is coming to them through a server of some kind. What if that server is hacked? There are 1,000 questions like this when it comes to the Internet of Things. IOTA claims to have solved most of them by providing a safe, decentralized platform for running Internet of Things applications. If they are right, then the IOTA token would likely soar in value. How to buy IOTA coin? You can buy IOTA much like any other cryptocurrency, which is to say you'll need a cryptocurrency wallet, a cryptocurrency trading account, a strong stomach, The last one is a joke, but not really. Double-digit price swings are a common occurrence in cryptocurrencies, and they don't always go in the direction you're hoping. As such, it takes a highly risk-tolerant personality to handle the stress involved. But if you're committed to the idea, then you can download the wallet. Bear in mind that IOTA is younger and less developed than Bitcoin, which is why the wallet looks like it was designed by programmers for other programmers. It's still early days. Next, you should generate a new seed, basically, a long password, and choose between light or full node. Once you have the wallet, you can trade IOTA on any of the following exchanges: Bitfinex, BTC, ETH, USD, Binance, BTC, ETH, CoinSpot, AUD, Bit520, CNY, ***, likely discontinued after China's ban on cryptocurrency trading ***. For more detailed instructions on how to generate a seed or set up a trading account, I suggest checking out popular IOTA forums, such as those on Reddit. There is one for regular IOTAns and one for investors. How to profit from IOTA? Simple: buy and hold. If someone uses the word arbitrage while giving you investment advice about IOTA, run away immediately. This cryptocurrency is young, it's volatile, and it may take a while to mature. That said, there's tremendous upside in our IOTA price forecast. You may notice that IOTA hasn't surged plus 1000% like Ripple or Ethereum. This is due, in part, to the sheer difficulty of buying IOTA. Try to purchase some and you'll see what I mean. It's annoyingly complex. Most advanced cryptocurrencies have smooth, sophisticated trading platforms and wallets. But the sheer existence of such a platform means there has been enough interest in those currencies to justify building the wallet, and IOTA simply has not received that kind of attention yet. Investors were too preoccupied with Bitcoin's never-ending series of hard forks or China's antipathy towards cryptocurrency trading. They haven't appreciated the upside potential of this currency, but that's not a bad thing. It means that investors still have a chance to get in on the ground floor. So if you missed out on ETH, XRP, LTC, or the rest, this could be your chance at redemption. IOTA price analysis and predictions. IOTA has seen a meteoric rise in just the past few days, with prices hitting $5 on major exchanges, and even hitting till to $9 on the Coin exchange. As of this writing, we are experiencing a slight pullback to about $3.75, which I don't think will last very long at all. Just a few short weeks ago, IOTA was hovering around rank 10-15 in terms of highest market cap. Back then, IOTA was really only available on two major exchanges, Bitfinex and Binance. But since then, we've seen IOTA being added to a host of other popular exchanges around the world, which seems to be a major factor in this sudden spike, including Coin, OKEx, and CoinFalcon. This sudden spike has also caused the trading volume for IOTA to reach levels $2 billion, eclipsing Ethereum's $1.6 billion, with only Bitcoin having a higher volume $10 billion. In turn, IOTA's market cap has also reached a massive $15 billion, beating the caps of other major companies like IOTA, Atlassian, and Seagate. Its market cap currently sits around $10 billion, as of this writing. If one compares the price of $1.50 on December 3rd to the local peak of $5.50 on December 6th, that is a 3.67x increase in only 3 days. That is an increase of roughly $11 billion of market cap into this cryptocurrency, in just 3 days. There are 72 hours in 3 days, which translates to a compounded growth of roughly 1.82% per hour or 54.2% per day. Just for fun, if this growth could be sustained permanently, IOTA would reach a market cap of $1 trillion, roughly $360/me, a nice, satisfying number in 13 days. That's the power of exponential growth. Obviously though, this level of growth is unsustainable and unreasonable. IOTA will probably peter out of its growth before then, but it will reach new base levels, possibly becoming a top 3 very soon. One thing I can say for sure, though, is that cryptocurrencies are truly, already, a new paradigm in 24/7 trading with these wild levels of commerce. Does the current price make sense? I believe IOTA still has a long way to go in terms of adoption levels and maturity. they still attribute their software as being in beta. Once the nodes, wallets, and dApps reach production levels, we will see IOTA reach astronomical levels of fortune, probably beating Ethereum and Bitcoin. Whatever happens, it's going to be a fun ride. Price predictions. Here is a list of events where I attribute my purely speculative change in the price of IOTA to certain events and occurrences, sorted in ascending order of the level of price change. These numbers are very rough, so bear with me. Kindly leave comments if you think these numbers can be fine-tuned or adjusted. Inevitable events. Mass media of IOTA. Movies, books, news, etc., dependent on popularity of medium. Plus 0-5% spike per large production. dApps, like Shortangle, created by myself, but non-functional in the moment. Plus 0-10% per dApp. IRE performance improvements plus 1% per announcement. Formal analysis of curl/curl functions plus 3%. Formal analysis of network performance plus 3%. Formal analysis of attack potential plus 3%. Coordinator open sourced plus 5%. High performance IRE implementation in Rust, etc. Please, no C++ plus 5%. Google Finance listing cryptocurrencies plus 5%. New wallet by UCL released plus 10%. Removal of the coordinator plus 10%. Hardware wallet integrations. Trezor, Ledger Nano S, etc. plus 10%. Added to Gemini plus 10%. IOTA ecosystem and software deemed production ready plus 15%. Automated snapshotting plus 15%. IOTA node IRE auto peering plus 20%. Added to Bittrex plus 20%. Added to Poloniex plus 20%. Smart contracts plus 30%. Added to Coinbase/DAX plus 50%. Added to Bithumb plus 50%. Data Marketplace open and active plus 50-300%. IOTA becomes a mainstream arbitrage utility plus 100% minus 500%. Now we can make a few concrete price predictions. But there are still a few parameters to consider. I'll utilize a few different cost bases for the starting point and take conservative and liberal stances on some of the estimates above. The reason for different cost bases is that some of these events are already in the psyche of investors, leading to speculative prices already. Starting with a lower cost basis cancels some of the speculative pricing. Conservative means taking the lower number in price prediction ranges as well as fewer occurrences of multi-event possibilities, such as fewer Hollywood films about IOTA rather than many films. Liberal is just the opposite. In all of these, I create a price multiplier, which is obtained by multiplying all events estimates together. For example, coordinator open-sourced, 1.05 UCL wallet, 1.1 smart contracts, 1.3 equals 1.5015 equals greater than 50.15% increase. So with just these three events, we could see a 50% rise in price. Taking conservative estimates, we obtain a price multiplier of roughly 38x. With liberal estimates, we get a price multiplier of 552x. Now let's take a few different cost bases, $1/me and $5/miles. This gives us two different price ranges, which, granted, are quite wide. Conservatively, and assuming these inevitable events happen over the next year or a few years, we could see IOTA price between $38 minus $190. This would yield a market cap of $105, $528 billion. For comparison, Bitcoin's market cap is about $220 billion, and Ethereum's $42 billion, as of this writing. Assuming those coins remain stagnant, IOTA has a decent chance of becoming number one. And these are the conservative estimates. If we use our liberal multiplier of 552x, we get a price of $552, $2,760 per IOTA, and a market cap of $1.53 minus $7.67. Trillion. Keep in mind, these are the liberal estimates and could take some years to come to fruition. and none of these estimates take into account the mysterious Q entity being thrown around IOTA circles. Predicted events. But wait. There's more. These are some of my predicted events that may or may not occur at all. More big name support / partners, plus 5% per company divisible IOTAs plus 5%. Address aliases plus 15%. IOTA creating legal entities in the USA and other regions plus 25%. Integration with the Ethereum protocol plus 40%. Integration with other protocols. % more. Taking a rough multiplier out of these potential events gave us 2.2x. So you could multiply all the estimates above by 2.2, and you'll get another potential price prediction. Negative events. We must also consider some negative events that could occur in the coming years. Many of these don't only apply to IOTA, but to any crypto in general. Wallet bugs / exploits minus 1% - 30%. Vulnerability with IRE minus 15%. Vulnerability with curl / crypto algos minus 30%. Vulnerability with IOTA protocol minus 40%. Serious DOS attack? In the past, these have led to price increases, oddly enough. Serious competitor? Government regulation? More. Some of these events will highly likely occur during the lifetime of IOTA. Some have already occurred. But IOTA has improved itself every time and come out the other end. It is still in beta with lots of potential room to grow. Conclusion: we are living in very exciting times in this crypto space. Prices drop by 50% in a day, an increase by 150% the next. We are definitely going to see many upticks and downticks with twists, turns, and surprises over the next few years. I'm excited to see what the future holds for crypto in general, but especially for IOTA. If I had to make a concrete prediction with the price in a date, then I would take the average of the conservative estimates above and say that I predict the price will reach $114/IOTA by December 2018. Edit: I forgot about plans to implement private transactions. Let's add another 20% to the estimates. This gives me a new conservative price range of $47 - $235/me, with a December 2018 estimate of $141/miles. Also, people are asking how I came up with some of these numbers. A lot of it is based on a combination of my past observations and my judgment. For example, when Binance listed IOTA, the price jumped from about 50 cents to 60 cents or plus 20% in just a few hours. And IOTA was much less well known back then. So when IOTA will be listed on more major and more mainstream exchanges, and now that IOTA is a top 5 coin, I think we will see more drastic price jumps. Whatever Coinbase adds as its 4th coin will receive ridiculous amounts of capital. In a more general sense, I think there are very few owners of IOTA in the world today, on the order of a few 100,000 to a few million owners. I base this off the observation that there are only on the order of a few 100,000 public addresses. When even 1% of the population of this planet own any IOTA, we will see a drastically higher price than right now. Now imagine if just 1% of the machines on this planet owned and exchanged IOTA.